Hello. What I want to do today is give you a quick tutorial on how to log into a Blackboard Collaborate session and some of the setup that you'll need to do. So what I'll do is I've set up a dummy session and I'm logged in as a student, and so what I want to do is show you how to go about setting it up and making sure everything's taken care of. So I'll go to course content, and as I've thrown this dummy session in one of the weeks, and for whenever we have a session, the link will be located within the week that we're having it. So as you can see here, this is what you would see. You'd see this the typical Blackboard link, the little purple circle with the two arrows in it, and go ahead and click on that. And what you'll see there is it'll launch. It says it'll launch shortly. Now on my computer, I'm running Chrome, and what you'll see is that it'll automatically download the program that you need to launch. And so depending on which browser you're using or depending on which computer you're using, it'll download in a different way. So in this case I'm using my Mac with Chrome, and so it asks me if I want to keep this because it is an executable file. So I'll click keep, and you can see the file will be called join.jnlp. Regardless where it is, wherever you download it, find it, and then open it up. And you'll see it start to go through this process. Now, if it doesn't, what that means is you'll probably have to make sure that you have the most current version of Java downloaded, and I'll share the links with you how to do that, or you can just type in Google test Java version, and the link to the Java site where you can see what version you have and whether or not it's up to date or not will show up, but I'll share those links. And so once it loads up, and it might take a while, it might look a little different again depending on your thing. It'll ask you, your computer will ask you whether or not you want to run it. And of course you want to run it, so you'll click allow or yes or go ahead and etc. depending again on computer and browser. And then you'll see this. And it'll ask you to determine your connection speed and go ahead and pick whatever you have. And I'll go through this process. And now we're ready to run. And you'll see there that there's one other participant, me, I'm the host, and I'm also the student. Now, when we run the session, you'll actually see probably more than one person, and you might see something going on up here, and you might see a PowerPoint presentation loaded up and ready to go. But what you need to do is test your audio because you're going to be talking during this. If you don't have a microphone, that's fine. You'll have the chat session down here, and you can participate that way. But if you have a microphone, it's good to participate. But first, to do that, you need to test your audio. So you see this little microphone with a little gear next to it. You're going to need to click on that, and that takes you through the setup portion. And again, it'll look maybe a little different, but it'll generally look like this. And the first thing it's going to want to do is test your sound, and it's going to want to test your ability to speak. So kind of just go through the tutorial here. And it'll test your speakers, so test it by clicking play.
Welcome to the audio setup wizard.
And as soon as you can hear that, go ahead and click stop. And confirm that, yeah, that worked. Now, it'll ask you to check your microphone. So go ahead and click OK. And then you'll have to test it. All you need to do is record it and see your voice registering. So you see that registering there, and you see the green line, and depending on how loud you're talking, you could see it go into the yellow and to the red. Now, it just wants to play it back, and so if I click play, so you see that registering there, and you see the green line, and depending on how loud you're talking, you can see it go into the yellow and to the red. Okay. So once you can hear it, it'll ask you to confirm whether or not you heard it. You click yes, and you're good to go. Now, a couple other things about this. You'll see various buttons here. Those are emoticons to show your mood. The other thing that we might use is the hand raising. So depending on how many people are there, we don't want people talking out of turn. If you have a bunch of people talking at the same time, it just sounds cluttered. So what I might do during the session is just say, okay, if you need to talk, raise your hand. And if you click on that button, what it'll do is it'll assign order. So the first person who clicks on it, they'll see a hand up, and you'll see that there, and then you'll see 1. So I was first in order. If somebody else clicked just after me, they would have the hand and a 2. So we'd all know who clicked first and who's going to speak in which order, and I'll probably dictate that. And that's what you need to do when we're going through the session. So that's just a brief tutorial on how to get set up in Blackboard Collaborate. And if you have any questions or you can't get any of this to work, test it out. The chat session or the Blackboard session will be open probably about 15 minutes to a half hour before the actual session will start, and then just kind of get all that set up and so we can get started as quickly as possible. Hope this works. Again, if you have any questions on that during the session, try to message me through Blackboard IM. I wouldn't suggest calling me or anything like that because I'm going to be running the session. I can't talk to two people at once.